Good morning, section 1, 2, and 3. It is Tuesday, March 24th. It is a writing day. So far, if you go into Google Classroom and you click on the classwork tab, you go on the side, click fictional narratives, you're going to be able to see that Thursday we reviewed catchy hooks, and hopefully we all added one catchy hook to our narratives if we didn't have it already. Here's the Dropbox again. That's where we have our doc that we're going to be adding to. Remember not to turn in because then you can't edit it. And here is last Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, we talked about character development, and that's when you were able to add answers to questions about your character from the character questionnaire. And that's about it so far. So today you're going to see a post, and it's all going to have to do with conflict. And conflict is when we see a problem in the story. You should have already watched the first video on conflict. And now that we went over the notes and the 3 different types of conflict, I asked you to go back to your fictional narrative. And again, conflict is today's focus. So last time I showed you how I highlighted my catchy hook, which was dialogue. Sky, breakfast is ready, my mom announced to me vociferously. If you noticed, I added a lot of detail about Sky. It talks about the face she makes every morning and how she really dreads having to go to school, not because she doesn't like learning and she likes her teachers. It's just hard for her to make friends. Going on, it talks about her usual day and how Miss Hope, her teacher, capitalize, proper noun, greets them. Good morning, section 1. Miss Hope announced cheerfully like she always did. It goes on about how IDR is the favorite part of her day. That night at dinner, so I transitioned from the beginning of her school day. I didn't go through her whole school day. I fast forward to nighttime and how she went up to read in her bedroom. So here is where I start developing my conflict. It's definitely, it's kind of a little bit of an internal conflict. If I had to say it was 2, it'd probably be person against nature, because her person against person, Tiger, her cat, knocked her book light off of the bedstand and it broke. And she looks forward to reading every night. And we're going to come to find out why that book light was so important to her. So I'd say right about here, when I reached, I rummaged through my room. It was broken on the floor. Tiger, my cat, sat there wide-eyed, his tail flicking back and forth with excitement. I reluctantly picked up the book light and tossed it in the trash bin. No sooner I did that, I felt a lump in my throat. The lump seemed to trigger my eyes to fill with tears, and then I felt one glide down my right cheek. I made my way to the living room to tell my parents what had happened. I'd say this part right here, I'm going to add a comment and say this is a main conflict. I think it is person, first person, or animal, her cat, and person. Nah, you know what? I'd leave it at that because it was the cat's fault that it broke. So as long as I have a conflict and I identified where my conflict is, that's really all I have to do for today. If you have time to add to your story, of course, you can always add to your story. And I am very excited to read more of your stories. I hope you have an awesome day. Don't forget to check out my Flipgrid for words of encouragement, and please post more. I like to hear you post your positive quotes that you like too. Okay? Have an awesome day. Talk soon.